Eternal optimism is the name of the game today. It's one of those days of the sports calendar that takes, I think, a good chunk of us back to a time when you were a kid playing Little League, softball, baseball. If you're ever like me, I wanted to be a pro baseball player more than anything growing up. I watched Manny Ramirez. I watched Omar, Tommy, all those guys growing up just wanting nothing more than to play for my hometown team. I didn't make it quite that far, but nonetheless, it's still opening day. And you begin the day with optimism. All that other stuff, yeah, they don't spend, it doesn't matter because baseball is back. I gotta wait 11 hours or 13 hours to get there, but we will. The Guardians are back. We got baseball in the city of Cleveland. It's only proper that it was 40 degrees this morning on opening day, but nonetheless, baseball is back, and we're right here with you to kick off opening day right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. Happy opening day to all. Yeah, we'll talk Cavs later. We've got some things with the Browns as well. But Ryan, we start with opening day. We'll get to the grid. We got our boost. We got our bracket. We got the grid. Should we do the baseball grid today? No. Can't even get the football grid down. Maybe baseball is our, maybe it's our sweet spot. You know?
We'll try it.
You want to just look at it?
I want to do it.
Let's look at it, and if it doesn't go well, we'll go back to football. But we got you locked and loaded this morning here on Big Play. Opening day. You know, I go back to, it's nice when the home opener is opening day, but it's 42 degrees outside, so it's all right. We got to get the stadium all fixed up. But we begin another season. Rachel Phelps. And welcome to another season of Cleveland Guardians baseball. Of course, some in the press that the showgirl ex-wife of Donald Phelps, has no business running a baseball team. Here's the list of players we'll be inviting to spring training. This guy here is dead. Cross him off.
Is that from a major league or something?
Oh my God, Brian. Seriously? Are you being serious right now?
Yeah.
Have you seen Major League?
It's been years.
Oh my God. I require you over the next 13 hours after our show. You got 11 hours. You are required to watch Major League. What do you mean?
Can't.
You haven't seen it in years?
Starting my move today, man. I don't have time for all that.
What do you mean move?
I'm moving. I told
congratulations.
you. Congratulations. It's not congratulations. I'm not looking forward to it.
Why?
Because I don't want to move. Who likes moving?
Are you moving out of your parents' house?
Well, no, we're downsizing, so I'm moving with my mother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta help. You're help move. That's not so bad.
No, but
it's on HBO Max, by the way.
Okay.
Do you want my login? I will give you my HBO Max login to go. All right, go watch Major League. After the move, you're going to be moving at 8 o'clock tonight. It's a 2-hour movie, hour 46. You watch that. I will be watching this afternoon. Is that Major League? I tweeted it this morning that I sent out the Talkin' Baseball Talkin' Tribe. I don't know if we can play it here on the show or not, but everybody knows. Ryan goes, what's that? I don't want to tell you what Mike tweeted. He said you might not have been raised properly. And I said, Ryan is a youngster. So when that song was playing, you were all of 2 years old. I'm shocked that you've never heard that song just in passing. That was the intro on Channel 43, UAB, on the weekends at Fox Sports Net. Rick Manning, Mike Hegan, oh my God. Hammy.
The problem is, like, in my family, it was just me, my brother, my mom, and my dad, and
Jack Corrigan.
And my brother, nothing to do with sports. Like, he's totally opposite me. My mom, casual watcher, a mom. And my dad wasn't really into that. So it's
baseball.
I had to teach myself everything.
Did you play baseball growing up?
Baseball was the one sport I played the longest.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that, yeah. I feel like that's the fun thing about baseball. And we got a lot of guards to talk about it. I want to talk to Stephen Vogt. I already sent out a loony tweet about rookie managers to win the World Series and all. But like that's a baseball. And I'm not saying a lot of people don't play basketball or football or soccer, but I feel like baseball is that sport that almost all of us played at some point. Whether it's out in the backyard. You're a taller guy. I'm assuming you're back then first base. Did you pitch?
No. Oh God, no. You didn't want me on the mound.
I pitched. I was a reliever 1 year. Not great.
I would in like rec league,
Yeah, we all played. Little league, rec league. Some people played travel and all that.
In my childhood, I was a fat kid, so I was a closer. I threw gas.
Oh, okay.
But then after that, I became an actual ball player, and I was third base.
Oh, third base. That's a good position to be.
I had a nasty glove on the
Pete
hot
Rose,
corner.
little Brooks Robin, little Jose Ramirez.
Only problem was I would make Miles Straw look like Barry Bonds. I couldn't hit the ball for my life.
See,
I lost weight.
I
used to be a fat, and I used to hit tanks.
Could hit.
I was fat, and I used to hit absolute tanks. But then I like thinned out, and I became I was really good defensive player, but I was DH for because I was ass.
So
hitting.
you've seen that meme, right, of every position as Little League. They're like shortstop, best kid. Pitcher, coach's kid. First base, tall kid. Right field, crappy kid. Center field, fastest kid. You know, and then just that's how it usually started as Little League, and then you all grow up. That's like the optimism that I have. You know, and I even see that high school has started, college has started. There's something about ball, man. There's something about baseball. It's the summertime. It's so long, which is great. I've said this. Listen, I love football, and I do like basketball, and I root for those teams. There's something special in my heart about baseball that'll never go away. For playing it for as long as I did, for it being my first true love, there's something about it. You get nostalgic about it. You go back to your favorite teams. And the tough thing is how people view the Guardians. I know that they're in a bit of a rough spot right now. Both just on the field, you're making this transition from a Hall of Fame manager to a guy manager that you don't know what Stephen Vogt is going to be or not. There's still people hanging around about the name change, the stadiums. I get all of it. And I go back to what this team, Ryan, you'll never know what it was like when they were selling out 455 straight. I'll never. Can I tell you a quick story? First game I ever went to.
90s you're talking about?
Well, late 90s, early 2000s. Browns leave, and the Cavs were trash. So the Indians, went on to sell 455 straight home games. I'm talking on a Tuesday night, there was not a seat to be had at Jacobs Field. There was twofold. Number one, we were really damn good. And two, people wanted to stick it to the Browns and Art Modell about the support of a team. To say, oh, no, we'll support this team. So people went above and beyond to go there to that ball. It was a new ballpark. You had it all. It was the perfect storm. First game my parents ever took us to. So we get in the car. I don't even remember. I think it was a Monday night. No joke. And it was hard to find tickets. It was really hard to find tickets. So I have 4 younger brothers, and I'll never forget this. My parents tell my brothers that me and my next brother, Chris, in line, we have to go to a PSR event. You know, school, like religion school, like we went to PSR. And they told my brothers, sorry, Mom and Dad, Matt and Chris, we got to go to a PSR event. My grandma and my uncle came over to watch my brothers. And we get in the car.
Oh, they trolled you and took you to the game, didn't they?
We start driving, and I go, this isn't the way to church.
That's awesome.
And my mom turns around with a ball hat on, and she goes, we're going to the game. I'll never forget that. I'm going to get emotional thinking about it. It was so great. We sat in the center field bullpen. Because do you remember that the bullpens used to be vertical out there in the outfield? Do you even remember that?
No.
Oh, my God.
Well, like they're not like they are now? You're talking about?
No! What do you mean? They only changed it like 10 years ago.
No.
Like when you're standing at home plate, and Google what the bullpens at Jacobs Field used to look like. They were like this. So if I'm standing at home plate, instead of it going across like they do now, they had one going up the center field. That's where the Indians bullpen was. And then the away bullpen was in the right field corner. You know that little section where you get to walk down and stand on the field?
Yeah.
That was the bullpen.
Okay.
That was the visiting bullpen. So my favorite memory, well, all of it, but my dad, we were like 5 seats away from it. He heckled those relievers for an hour straight to give him a baseball, and they didn't give him one. He's like, my kids are here. It's their first game. And he was like, my mom's sitting there getting us popcorn and, a pop. And my dad's just standing at the bullpen going, hey, give me a ball for my kid. They didn't give us one, you jerks. I'm just kidding. So that was so that is all the nostalgia that I have, that I know a lot of people have with this team. And I do have this little fear about the next generation, right? My son and my daughter, they will be inundated with Cleveland baseball. Whatever the team name is, I'm over that. I don't really care. I don't like the logo. Whatever. There's still a baseball team that plays my town, and I will root for them till the day I die. And taking my kids to the game, it's not going to be that experience that I had with my parents because it's just a different time and a different team. But I just want them to fall in love with the game like I did. There's so many nuances about it. And the change that has happened with baseball, whether that's a sad state of society, I'm all for them quickening the game up. But you'll never hear somebody like me, who actually, I think, played the game bitch and moan about the length of a game or not enough home runs. I appreciate the bunt. I appreciate moving runners over. And like, it's just about, I think that's the big problem. To get on my soapbox boomer level complaint here, not enough kids are playing the game, so they don't respect the game. So when they go, they just want to go to the bar and stand at the drink rail, and they don't actually care about the game. That's where baseball is failing, in my opinion, more than anything. You're missing out on that next generation. Now, is it because kids aren't playing as much? Whatever. I'd complain about video games and playing inside. I play video games and all that. It comes back to, I think, a lot of parents, too, they get in this niche. Oh, my son's a golfer. He doesn't play baseball.
Yeah.
My son plays football. He doesn't play baseball. When back in the day, when you were in high school, or even when you were a little kid, you knew the best athletes. They played 3 sports. They were just damn good athletes. And didn't they all end up playing baseball? Yeah, they'd play football, you'd run track, basketball, I feel like so much, like, at least where I went to high school, most of the really, really good athletes somehow were on the baseball team too. You had the collection. That kid was a really good soccer player. That kid was a really good baseball player or a basketball player. They all ended up on the baseball team.
That's how it was for me.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said about that, of where baseball is at, where the Guardians are at. Now, that being said, we've got a season that begins tonight, 10 o'clock, Oakland A's. We'll get to our boost with Tipico. Dude, I can't wait to bet some baseball with Tipico.
You want to get to it?
You at it already? Come on now! Come on now! Now, tell everybody what you changed.
To be fair, I never said in the tweet I was going to do home run.
You wanted a home run hitter. I thought a home run.
I said, give me a player, I'm going to put him in the boost. I didn't say
I thought you said home run.
I did yesterday, but then I was like, hey, I want to get off to a good start. Betting a dude hit a home run.
If Josh Naylor hits a home run tonight, I'm going to lose it.
Then slap my neck.
That's what it is. All right, so 3-leg tonight for the Guardians. I like a -1.5. They're going to win this game tonight. The A's are not good. We got to go Bieber over strikeouts, man. He's dealing. Velocity is up. I want to talk Shane Bieber. We'll take him over the 6.5, and we'll just go Josh Naylor to record a hit. What do we
boom
boost to?
plus 400.
Let's go. Use that code Fontana100 when you sign up. Deposit and bet. We got the NCAA tournament going on today. How about that? Just watch a little basketball for a couple hours and then turn on over to the Guards at 10 o'clock tonight.
How much you putting on it?
I feel like we got to go big here.
Should I do 20?
I was thinking 20 to start things out the right way here on the
200?
season. No, don't do that. Don't do that. What the hell, man? I feel confident about our boost. I do. I love our boost.
I think I'm going to do $20.
I'm going to do $20. I'm going to do it here in a second coming up. So get signed up with Tipico using that code Fontana100. We're going to have boosts aplenty going for this Guardians team. All right, let's get to our question. I want to post it this morning. What do you think this season is going to be for the Guardians? And what I really want for the people is this. The totality. Not about a run here, a run there. I want to ask, what do you think this season is going to be for the Cleveland Guardians? A, playoff contenders. For the good chunk of the season, they're going to be on the ass of the Minnesota Twins, maybe the Royals, and they're going to push for a playoff spot. That's number one. Number two, they're just going to be above average. They're going to be a team that finishes 5, maybe a couple of games over 500 and not really sniff the playoffs, but be above average, okay? Number 3, they're going to be a step below average. They'll finish a few games under 500, or the final one, an unmitigated disaster dumpster fire. I just got to put it in there. I just want to see how people go. So again, for this Guardians season, how do you think it's going to play out? A, playoff, and I maybe put in the question, for the entire season, what do you think the Guardians will be? A, playoff contenders. B, just above average. C, a little below average. Or D, disaster. Disaster. Guys get hurt, can't win a game, any of that. I want to see where the people are at as we go. Also, we'll send this out for your bold prediction of the season. Your bold prediction for the Guardians this season. We did it with the Cavs. We'll revisit that after the season, and we'll do it certainly with the Guardians as we start. Stephen Vogt. When I think about my optimism for the Guardians this season, okay, let me do this. I went over to Fangraphs. Baseball's become all this stuff. So Fangraphs projected season standings in the AL Central. They project the Twins to go 84-78 to win. How bad is that? 6 games above 500. to win the AL Central, 84 and 78. In second, the Guardians, 80 and 82. In third, the Tigers, 79 and 83. Then the Royals, 76 and 86. And the White Sox, a lowly 67 and 95. So just going off of Fangraphs, they have 3 teams within 5 games in the AL Central. I know it's just numbers, and I know things can play out, and it's just a little primer of where we think people are at. Also, I'll get to ESPN's predictions for the AL Central this year. Now, let's do it right now. They did a vote of all their panelists, and they had 21, 24, 26 panelists vote on the divisions, right? The Minnesota Twins got 16 of the 26 votes to win the Central. Tigers got 5, Guardians got 3, and the Royals got 2. Paul Hemikades, Hembo from Get Up and Greeny Show. Why do the Twins have the clearest path to the Central? I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's just they got a good lineup. Byron Buxton, Carlos Correa, Pablo Lopez could be a Cy Young winner, all that. So I come back to everybody's on the Twins. They're the betting favorite. They're the only betting favorite, by the way, of all the divisions to have minus money. Favorite. Everybody else is plus money because you got to see how it plays out. Ryan, if it really will be, which I think it's going to be, just a 4-game stretch, I believe the Guardians can be in this. And I sit here and I tell myself it's opening day and I'm going to be excited until June when the wheels really fall off, if they do. But if you're telling me this isn't going to be some 10-game thing you got to make, if you could just be scrappy and win some of these games, you play in a bad division, I'm not writing this off. And I will tell you, my bold prediction is that the Guardians will win the AL Central this year. I'm going to put money on Tipico this morning that they're going to win the Central. Because when I look at how close it's going to be, some of the X factors are the players that you have coming off of injury, some guys that are going to be thrust into new roles, Brian Rocchio, everyday guys stepping up. I believe. I have to believe. And I think mostly on our rotation, if you can have Bieber and McKenzie, and I know Gavin Williams starting on the IL, but Logan, Bybee, if you can just get some semblance of those guys, and you mix in me a little Cookie Carrasco, the bullpen certainly is a concern. But if Terry Francona is still around, which I know he's going to be, and helping out where he can with Carl Willis, they're going to work on that bullpen, man. They're going to work on that. And you have the best closer in the American League wrapping things up. You got to get there. But I see the pieces. So as long as I see some pieces in the right places, I'm going to believe. I have no belief in the Tigers. They have jack squat nothing going for them. You don't believe in the Oakland Athletics. By the way, they project the Athletics to go 72 and 90. They're going to lose 100 games again. There are teams that you just know it ain't going to happen. The Guardians are not that. I believe they start this season thinking they can get there. Now, it starts with Stephen Vogt. That's where I kind of started things. Because the one thing that you would always grab with Terry Francona is what? Man, he got the most out of his teams. And I would be lying to you if I didn't say that there was some magic about Terry Francona where he overachieved some of the best seasons that he had. Yeah, you went to a World Series. The letdown of 17 and 18, sure. But even just the run a couple of years ago where you weren't, holy God, weren't supposed to do anything. Oh, fell down again. Take that, Bengals show. You guys suck. Just kidding. There you go. Where's some Guardian swag in here, man?
Fix that on break.
I don't even leave it on. Oh, does it look bad?
Yes.
Oh my God, it looks really bad. Here, what if I just hold it up the whole show? All right, back. Welcome back. Here we go. All right. My arm is getting fried in about 5 minutes. The thing about Terry Francona was always like bottling up this magic and somehow getting it done. You flip it over to Stephen Vogt. I sent a tweet out this morning. I had to Google. I just wanted to know. Do you know there's only been 5 instances in baseball history, which is crazy because baseball has been around forever. 5 instances of a true rookie manager, not like a guy, not like Ron Washington, right, who's been a former manager and taken an over job. Only 5 times in history has a rookie manager won the World Series. Alex Cora with Boston in 18, 2001, Bob Brenly with Arizona. 1961, Ralph Houck for the Yankees. Eddie Dreyer in 46 and Bucky Harris in 1924. All 5 of those guys, former Major League players. 2 of those guys, and Brenly and Houck, former catchers. That does nothing for me with Stephen Vogt. I just wanted to set it out for some optimism this morning with Stephen Vogt. Ryan, where are you at? Like, we hear a lot. Number one for me is what it's always been. He's a former player. And I know that as far as, like, Terry was a player too, way back in the day, didn't spend a lot of time in the majors. Stephen Vogt was a legitimate career major league guy. It doesn't mean that he didn't get sent down, had that one really great year. And I loved this when I heard this a little bit about Vogt, and he said this on his introductory press conference, he's mentioned it before, that every single guy in that locker room, he can relate to. The star players, the best at their position. Stephen Vogt was an all-star and played alongside some star players. To the guy that they have to go have a conversation with him tomorrow that he's getting DFA'd, he's getting sent down to the minors. Stephen Vogt had that happen to him too. And baseball is still a tactical sport on pitching changes, but it's still just, I think of all the games, Ryan, it's the purest from the standpoint of you don't stand up there going, all right, I'm going to run this play to hit this ball. It's the simplest, purest. That guy's going to throw the ball as hard as he can, or sometimes not, and I'm going to try to hit it. That's it. There's movement on when you steal, defensive shifts, and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But that's where a manager in baseball, more than anything, is clubhouse morale, is keeping the guys together, this grind that is the season. Stephen Vogt knows that. Stephen Vogt has been a part of it his whole life. And I do think the carryover, while it's not everybody, some guys have moved on. You still have Sandy. You still have Carl Willis. You still have some guys to kind of bridge that gap. And the belief of the season starting, the renewal of the season, I look to Stephen Vogt. And I say, it's not all going to be on him. It's not like, again, other sports where I'm going to blame him for losses. I'm sure some people will about situational type things. Baseball comes down to your belief, in my opinion. All those guys are pretty talented. It's getting into slumps and coming out of it. And yeah, do we have the most talented roster out there? No, but a scrappy team. That's what I want to see him kind of put into his team a little bit early, is a fight that we're not going to go down. Like, we're going to believe that we have to be in that, and that starts tonight. So on my level of Stephen Vogt, thumbs up. I loved the hire. I think it's a great hire, and I'm excited as part of this season goes on with so many other things. I want to see what he does. Now, the problem is you're replacing a Hall of Famer. You're replacing Terry Francona. Now, that being said, it was a natural transition. This wasn't us kicking Terry to the curb. This wasn't games passed you by, get the hell out of here. It was Terry finally said the health thing. He wants to spend time with his grandkids. It was the perfect transition to go away from a Major League Hall of Fame manager. And you bring in outside, because some people have thought about internal, and DeMarlo Hale who left, and Sandy Alomar. Maybe that's good. Little fresh blood in there. Bring some new guy in, but you got that blessing of Terry, which I think goes a long way. I'm excited for Vogt, man. I think it was a great hire, and I'm still really ready to go for him to see what he can do this season.
Yeah, I mean, you start off with the fact that you're in the AL Central is a blessing. I mean, to be a rookie manager, I think that goes so far. The fact that you're in the weakest division by far in baseball, it's not even really I don't even think it's really a debate anymore. But you mentioned it. I mean, baseball is the biggest mental game there is. I mean, every single level, high school, college, the pros, you go in slumps, you get an error here, you have to bounce back. And I mean, the fact that Stephen Vogt has been everywhere, he's been sent down, he's been designated, he's been to the playoffs, he's been an all-star. Every level of the game he can relate to. Every person in that locker room, in that dugout, he can go to them and have a conversation and put himself in their shoes. And you mentioned Terry Francona being able to get the best out of his players. I think Stephen Vogt's going to be able to come in, fill those shoes, and do the exact same thing. I'm super excited. And then you bring up the fact that he was a catcher. I mean, nobody has better knowledge of the game than the catcher. They are the
scrappy position. They are the scrappy position.
Every single play of the game, they're in it even more than the starting pitchers, right? Mm-hmm. They have to know the game inside and out, and they have to know their players inside and out. And I think him coming in his first year, I'm excited for it. And I think the fact that, it's really, I think, between the Guardians and the Twins, the Tigers aren't anything about. Like, I
give
them.
the Royals a little bit. Like,
but
I think I'm a little higher on them.
That's
but yeah.
fine, but they would need a massive turnaround from last year. What they went 50-something games,
right?
And then you have the White Sox, who I don't even know. They're a AAA team.
They are packing it.
So I'm super excited. I'm going to vote a playoff contender because at the very least, I think they're going to be, if not winning the division, they're going to be sniffing right up Minnesota. So I'm excited for it.
I'm all for it. And the sad part is, again, to go to the ESPN breakdowns. So again, the AL East, Baltimore, 22 of the 26 votes there. That's how that goes. AL West, 14 of the 26 went to the Astros. Rangers got 8. Mariners 4. Wild card, Yankees, Mariners, Rangers. I go back to Fangraph. Yankees projected 88 wins. Rays 86. Mariners 86. Rangers 82. Again, projected for the Guardians. I think you got to make up about a 10-game gap here. And that's just going off numbers of Fangraphs. And it's not all that, and it's your schedule, and you're right. You got to play a lot more AL Central teams. We're in this new thing where you play every team now instead of getting fat on the AL Central and all that. If you can make up 8 games, I think you're going to be in a part of this. Let's talk some players now. Starting rotation, Bieber back. Do you think it's going to be this distraction of the season about him getting traded or not? Do you think people can put that aside?
No, yes.
I hope they can.
No, they will, because at the end of the day, it's going to go one. It's going to go one of two ways. If you're in that middle mark coming up on the deadline, season doesn't turn out how you think it's going to go. Okay, you probably trade him, whatever.
Right.
But if you're in the contention, you don't have an option. Extend him.
Well, that has always been my thing, is I thought with Bieber having a down year that there was room for an extension. And I'm not saying that there still isn't room. There's not been any scuttlebutt about it. Maybe they want to see him a little bit more.
And if you're
maybe he wants to hit free agency. I don't know.
And if you're in contention at that time, you can't even think about trading him.
Oh, no, they will. They will.
If you're in contention, you're going to...
that doesn't matter. They'll do it.
I know.
I don't like the answer. I'm just telling you that's the smart thing for Chernoff and Antonetti to have to do. You could be in contention. I know this place would riot, and people would be so... They got pissed when we traded away Aaron Savali. We weren't even really in it, and look what you got back. People get so pissed on baseball trades because it's either one of two things. It's, you're trading away a star, and they don't want to hear anything else beyond that, or, oh, man, I don't want to deal with prospects. I'm sick of prospects. And then in 3 years, you're like, where'd we get this guy from? They grew him on a tree. They grew Kyle Manzardo on a Buckeye tree, and then they plucked him out, and he's in there. You got to make moves like that. Do I want them to trade Bieber away? Not necessarily, but I'm conditioned that they probably will. That's not going to take it away from this season for me. It's really not. I hope he goes out there and blows it away, man, because it's either going to put you in contention or it's going to raise his stock so much that you're going to get better players back. Unfortunately, a massive part of the Guardians' Cleveland history over the last 20 years has been a World Series run, yes. Has been a lot of AL Central titles, yes. But it's been trades.
So you don't think no matter what happens, Bieber's going to be gone by the deadline? That's what you're saying.
It's like 80-20.
That's what you're saying.
It's like 80-20, yeah. But think about, and I know there's a little more than, no, it's not. 20 years. 20 years, right? What do you think? CC Sabathia trade, Cliff Lee trade.
But that's what I said yesterday.
Like all these trades. And granted, some of them worked out, some of them have, but that's the unfortunate thing with this team. You're not in the situation. This is what you are going to have to be. And these trades usually turn out to get you the good players that you need. But it's like watching Bieber tonight. I'd like him to stay here. People get so wrapped up in the spending of the money because they think you just spend money, you're going to win. Everybody stares at the Dodgers. Like, oh, my God. Yeah, could the Dodgers go win the World Series? Probably. They're the betting favorite to do so. Still got to play the games. Still got to deal with injuries. That happens. Like suspension for Ohtani. I don't know. That's not happening. But I'm just saying. Like, they got to do it a little bit of a different way. So when I watch Bieber tonight, I'm good. I'm so good on just letting this play out and see how it goes. And yeah, if they're in contention and they trade him away, I'll never be one of these people that are up in arms freaking out over things. I just know that that's what they're going to have to do. And it upsets people, sure. And I don't know what to tell you. That's kind of what they have to do. And that's how you have a lot of the players on. Look at the good chunk of players that you have on your team. You got a lot of these guys via trade when they were nothing minor leaguers, and then you brought them up, and now look where they are. They're playing key roles for your team. Jose Ramirez was an international free agent at 17 years old. You traded for Jimenez. You traded for Josh Naylor. You traded for Miles Strong. That's fine. Okay, maybe not as much anymore. You drafted Stephen Kwan. Freeman's a draft pick. Rocchio was a draft pick. All right. Draft works out too. But pitching staff, Bieber drafted, McKenzie drafted. Actually, all those guys were drafted. Because that's the one thing I saw it this morning. Your projected starting five outside of the Gavin Williams injury, all five were drafted and developed by the Cleveland organization. You don't see that anymore. You don't see that anymore anywhere. So Bieber, I'm excited. Christian McKenzie, I think could be a real key to this season. I'm not expecting 15 wins on him. You can get double-digit wins on him. Tanner Bybee.
Dog. Don't even say it.
No. I love Tanner Bybee. I'm just worried about the old adage, they got a book on him now.
Nah.
When a rookie comes up and he was dealing, bro. He was dealing. But no, there's a book to be had on pitchers. I hope nothing more than Tanner Bybee, again, is in the conversation.
Well, he's my bold prediction.
What, Cy Young winner?
I think he's going to get top 5 voting.
All right, I like that. I'll take that with Tanner Bybee. I like it. I'm big on Logan Allen. I like Gavin Williams, sure. Bullpen, I know there's injuries.
Tanner Bybee will be thrown out. He'll be the opening day starter next year. I bet you that.
I could listen to that. I would, 100%. And I hope this season is what it is. The other thing, if I had to pick, because baseball is so drunk on lineups and hitting, the Guardians, what should be their best weapon is their starting pitching. And you have you don't have just the 5. You got to slide Carlos Carrasco in there. I know he had a really bad year with the Mets last year, but you could do worse as a 5th starter once Gavin Williams comes back. I'm making excuses because it is what I have, but you got a starting 5 that's pretty good. That's a pretty solid rotation to be had.
Yeah.
And if you're going to start with that, with what should be a better year on the hitting side, let's talk position, guys. Jose Ramirez is just going to do what he does, top 3 voting in the MVP as he is every year. Then you look, can Andres Jimenez put that year last year? Do you want to know what I got in timeout from 1 year ago today, Ryan, which we'll get to later?
Extension?
The extension for Andres Jimenez. And there's pressure. He was given $106 million, not all at once. But you sign a life-changing deal. He had a down year from what they expected. What I will tell you, one of the things I read this offseason was, and again, you get into the advanced stats, the advanced scouting, but one of the articles that I read was, the things that the Guardians saw in Andres Jimenez to give him that deal, some of that was still there last year. And you would like to think that there's still that player in there with him to come back out and just have another bounce back year. We got the Naylor brothers. You know me and Josh. I'm all for him. Great. I hope he does well. Bo Naylor, your everyday catcher now. Quantimal should be just fine leading off. You've got players. You didn't make your big splash with Josh Bell and Mike Zunino. How'd that work out? I'm ready to see some of these guys play. Battle at shortstop with Rocchio. I think they made the right call giving it to him. Gabriel Arias is going to have to fight his way. And they made the move with Miles Straw. Give some at-bats to some of these other guys. See what you got play. And knowing...
Thank God.
Yeah, I know. It's April. Once we get to March, once we get to May, you know what your team is. And I'm fine with these at-bats early in the year. Your lineup is going to be fluid. You're going to change it on out. I have optimism. All right, let's recap everything. Ryan, you and I are going to cast our vote on our Twitter question this morning at Matt Fontana Show. Call your shot for the Guardians this season. Playoff contender, above average, a little below average, or a dumpster fire. I'm voting playoff contender. I think you're the same, right?
I'm voting playoff contender. Like, as much as you want to talk about it, look, I know ever since the World Series loss and the 17 disappointment early exit, I get we haven't got back to that stage yet, and quite frankly, we haven't really been even close. But the Guardians are the one organization in this town I will always never be down on. Listen, in the last 11 years, Matt, there have only been 3 teams with more wins than the Guardians, okay?
Since 2010, there are only 5 teams in baseball that have never finished dead last in their division. Guardians are one.
They have 941 wins over the last 11 seasons. The only teams with more, the Astros, the Dodgers, and the Yankees.
That's it.
The Yankees have spent
Look at the Dodgers, right?
How much money have they spent?
And the
to only have,
Astros are cheating sons of...
and they only have like 4 more wins in the last 11 years than the Guardians.
Yeah. Guardians play it the right way, man. I do. Bold prediction. I'm going to say the Guardians do win the AL Central. I do.
I'm Tanner Bybee, top 5 Cy Young.
All right. I love very much. Get those in at Matt Fontana Show. We'll get to some more baseball coming up. The Cavs, man. I got a bad feeling that we crossed the line of no return on something. I will discuss that. We'll get to it next with the Cavs. We got our boost coming up. We got a little more Browns. We got the bracket. We got it all for you on opening day right here on Big Play. Our boost is already up, folks, at Tipico. Use that code Fontana100 when you sign up. If you're a new customer, deposit and bet $25 on whatever you want. You get $100 in bonus bets for those current customers. And I want to talk to you for a lot of people out there right now that you've watched the show, you listen to the show. We appreciate the hell out of you. Thank you for that. And you have signed up already with Tipico. You go, Matt, you're forgetting about us, man. What about? Oh, no. Cashback rewards is where it's at. For every bet, parlay and straight, they're different, but anything minus 200, your amount bet will go towards your cashback rewards. When you fill that meter up, you will get an average 5% back on your average bet. And there's your reward to come on back and continue to bet and be able to repay the people that are betting. You're getting paid for, you're getting the cashback rewards for bets you're going to place anyway. And it's none of this crap about, all right, you get a token, and then you cash the token in for another token. And then those 2 tokens add up to a third of this token, and then eventually you get some freaky, weird cashback reward thing. Do you want a hat, Ryan? You want a free hat or something like that? No, I want to be able to make more bets. You can do that with Tipico, folks. It's so easy. You don't even have to worry about it. You bet like you normally do, and all of a sudden you get your cashback reward. You're off at the races. What I truly think sets them apart are the boosts. You know, other books, boost here, boost there. Dude, and we've done on the show, you can scroll, especially with the NCAA tournament. There were days that, I'm not even joking, there were upwards of 50 boosts. 50, not just on basketball, but tennis and baseball and NBA, all of it. The boost, I think, is what sets them apart. Sign up today. Use that code Fontana100. Get you some bonus bets for the season. Get going with the NCAA tournament later today. We got you locked on with our friends from Tipico. Way to talk Cavs, man. And I got to turn course on something. here. I don't want to do it. I hate what I'm going to say when we return. We've crossed the line you do not come back from. I'll discuss it next. Stay with us.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
That's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. And you saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone, and at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today, all right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
Oh, Cavs. Oh, my God. You just want me to say where I'm at? Mm-hmm. You're on the Fontana show. Big play. Welcome back. They're going to fire JB Bickerstaff.
Well, yeah, duh.
I didn't want to say it. I don't want to do it. I like JB a lot, man. I'm a big fan. He's gone. That's it. That's it. I mean, this whole team, and I see the tweets about this core and Fool's Gold, and I frankly think maybe they suck. I really do. And there's games, okay, go back to when they beat Dallas and when they were able to hit this and do that. Like, I cannot tell you. I'm trying to really just keep this zen right now, man, dude. Oh, my God. I think they suck. Talent-wise, I don't know. I really have no idea. When you and I want to preface it by saying this. I like JB Bickerstaff a lot. I championed him for a long time. Conversations of this season of him being the coach of the year candidacy. When you lose to the Hornets in the way that you do, and you got to come out and say we were not giving good effort, there is no going back from that. There is none. And those players are going to have to sit there at the end of this season, whenever it is, and we get the press release that they fired JB Bickerstaff. And I want every guy that played in that game last night to sit there and know it was their fault. Who do you think you are that you can just roll the basketballs out against the Hornets? All right, you put up 43 in the first quarter. After just 5 days ago, you had 50 points with 1:30 to go in the third quarter. Great. You want a medal? Congratulations. You put up 43 in the first quarter. Then you just sleepwalk on defense, and you let the Hornets do pretty much whatever they want. You shot the ball well last night, and they shoot 40% from beyond the arc. And then I got the coach telling me as they go on the Hornets go on an 11-0 run. They are tanking for a draft pick. They go on an 11-0 run late in the game and they smoke your ass because you didn't want to show up with effort? Who the hell do you think you are? At this juncture of the season, when you're fighting for your playoff seeding and you don't want to show up? Now, the sad part is that is going to fall on JB Bickerstaff's feet. He is going to dive on that sword eventually when they probably now fire him, which I don't want that to happen, but how else? What else are you going to do? When in reality, I'm going to look at every guy that took that court last night and go, great job. Good job, guys. And I don't need them to show up and think that they're the Celtics, right? But the Hornets, you cannot take them lightly. And Ryan, seen it over and over and over again. When you get the coach starting with they're not giving good effort, that's it. That we're done. We're done here. That's it. And I'm not saying today, and I'm not saying tomorrow, and that pains me because I didn't want that to happen. I like JB Bickerstaff. You guys got him fired last night. There is no coming back from when the coach starts with you gave bad effort against the worst team in basketball. Man, does that piss me off?
No, the shit that pisses me off, and this is just bouncing off of you, is you go in the press or the post-game conference and you're talking about effort, how they have lack effort. That's your damn job, JB.
But that's my point, is that's why it's sad that it's going to fall on JB. He's not out there playing. You can't do that rah-rah bull crap in the professional leagues anymore. I'm looking at these guys to step up and have some damn pride.
I would love it if instead of JB going and bitching at the refs, draw up a damn play where they can inbounds the ball. It is so frustrating watching them. What they scored 2 minutes in like the final 4 minutes, it was disgusting, Matt.
It was really bad. And that's the thing. It's not all on JB. It's not all his fault, but it will fall on him because he's the coach. And what happens? Players get coaches fired one way or another. They get their coaches fired. And there was a debate that we always had about JB taking us over that hump. We're not even there. We're back down in the valley, man. You are staring down the barrel of finishing this season out no better than you did last year and maybe signing up for the same thing over again. Donovan Mitchell's out of here, man. He's gone. I tweeted that last night. He watched that game with one of two thoughts running through his mind. Either A, man, I am that important to this team and I want to come back and play hard for these guys. Or B, look at the burden that I have to carry. Look the guys that I have to shoulder through this. The other issue, this is not just a one-off game. This isn't just me freaking out about one game on a Wednesday night against the Hornets. It's been a pattern of play without Donovan Mitchell, and I'm sick of it.
The sickening part of it is in that game, George Niang played well, Sam Merrill was hitting threes, and Max Strus came back and was their second best player after missing 13 straight games, and you go and let the Hornets drop 118 on you. You looked absolutely pathetic. You weren't even running plays in the fourth quarter. Karis LeVert was just trying to Superman it. It looked like they had, and again, this goes back to what we've been saying. Without Donovan Mitchell, they don't look like a team. They look like they're just going out there and playing rec ball.
You get beat by physicality. You get beat by X's and O's, and not giving effort against the Hornets.
Darius won't even go to the hoop.
No effort against the Hornets. When you're in the fight to make the 2 seed, the 3 seed, wherever you're at. When that kind of stuff starts to get infected, you got to remove it. And the problem is you're not removing the players. I don't know you can wash this stink off. I'm not going to let this go.
I'm done watching.
That's what I'm saying. Get to the playoffs and that's when you'll give your effort. Oh, Donovan's coming back tomorrow night supposedly. Oh, yeah, we'll start giving effort then. It's going to cost JB his job.
I'm done.
It's going to cost JB his job.
I'm done watching Darius.
Good thing you got Guardians. Good thing you got Gardos. We'll get on them here. I'm not even going to talk Garland. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do it. You know where I stand on it. I'm over it.
If Darius Garland didn't have the ability to just shove it to Jared Allen to do an alley-oop or a quick hook, jump hook, his stats, he would be horrible. He's
gonna be here because if Donovan Mitchell leaves, you got to keep somebody around. You're not getting rid of everybody. I don't want to have these conversations because whatever the season goes off, and they can go win 7 in a row here. They can go on this West Coast trip and go and just destroy all these teams. All it's going to do is piss me off more because then I know that they can do it. The real question is, how good are the Cavs? Do they look like a good basketball team? No. And they don't. As we're getting ready for the playoffs. And it's a sliding scale. I'm not asking to compare them to the Nuggets. I'm not asking to compare them to the Celtics. I'm talking about comparing them to what I thought and what I think this Cleveland Cavaliers team should be. They are an underachieving, minimal effort team. That's how you get a coach fired. Seriously. And I don't want that. I want to say this over and over again. I'm not calling for JB's job. I'm not. It's just what's going to happen. And now you have crossed that line when you start to let those thoughts get into your head like Kobe Altman's probably thinking, it's over, Johnny. It's over. There's no coming back. They're going to sit down after the season and think about things and think about that. You want to chalk it up to injuries? Sure. That's it. Mark that down. That I think last night was the nail in that coffin. They go to the Eastern Conference Finals. I guess maybe we're having a different conversation. This is just... You're at this fork in the road. And I think, you want to know what? I think the fork is passed. We took a path, and maybe it's the wrong one. And at this point, Ben Axelrod tweeted this morning. Ben joined us yesterday. Great convo with him. And he was talking about his frustrations with it. And he said, I'm in such a dark place with this Cavs team. I don't think this current core is anything special in the grand scheme of the NBA. I would love to be proven wrong. I agree with him. But he said, I wouldn't blow it up. I'd ride out the Mitchell situation as long as I can and build from there. That's the thing. You have a blow up coming this offseason one way or another. Because they're either going to trade away Donovan Mitchell or they extend him and somebody else is going to have to go. There is no world that he comes back to play on a one-year deal. The last year, the Cavs, if he does not sign that extension, then they're trading him away. And what did you get? Couple of first-round exits in the playoffs. I'm projecting this season, of course.
Wow. Crazy how this has flipped, Matt. I mean, 2 weeks ago, I put out that poll. I was curious because we were in disagreements. I said, as good as Donovan Mitchell is, the way I've watched this Cavs team play.
You were right. You were right.
Even LeBron
By
at
God,
this point.
you were right.
I'm saying, dude, I said, the NBA is so superstar driven that I don't care how good Donovan Mitchell is. I looked at the pieces around him, and they are nowhere near talented enough to go and actually have a deep playoff run. And that's no shot at Donovan Mitchell because he is a top 10 player in the NBA. He's an all-pro guard, and he was supposed to be paired with 2 stars in Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. And what happened? They've underachieved, and now at this point in their career have not done what they were supposed to do. We paid Darius Garland. That looks like a mistake right now. And also, Jared Allen, who was supposed to be, the fourth man, is our second best player, and it's not even close.
That's kind of the other part of all of this is how Mitchell is watching this. Because if they were playing well, then you'd have a little more belief when I come back. Hey, I'm going to elevate this team. You're elevating this team from like crap to not so bad. You would like to say, hey, man, I'm elevating this team from good to great. That's not where we're at right now. No. That is not where this team is at right now. And again, I will... The effort thing, man. Players on the court, they call, LeBron, he's got that thing. You don't call him the B word, man. He hates that. And he get, there's things that you can call teams a lot of things. Soft is one of the worst. And when you call them out for effort, are those not some of the worst things that you could call a professional athlete? What are the Cavs right now? Look to be pretty soft and giving crappy effort. The only shakeup you can do is fire your coach. Literally. And again, it's like, there's no point in me calling for it just because that is the situation. There's nothing more than you can do than to bring in a coach. And then what are you going to do? Bring in a guy that's an ass kicker? Bring somebody in who's going to scream and shout and yell? And then that's going to flip the team around? I don't know, man. And it does come back to talent. You're right. It comes back to talent. And when I watch the Cavs play, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought they would have had more talent. Like, they are deficient in talent in these games. And I go, that's not right. But maybe that's who they are.
I'm telling you.
Maybe that's the whole crux of this issue. They're not who you thought they were. And I don't want to name names, but you know who I'm talking about. They're not who you thought they were. All right. Then they're just going to be a 5 or 6. They're not missing the playoffs. They're going to go to the playoffs. But maybe they are just the 5 or 6 seed. That's it. And you're going to stare up at these teams that are the elite teams in the East, and they're going to smoke you. If you're going to show up with first starting with the effort, you ain't winning any game if you ain't got the effort. And if you're going to show up and then play bad basketball, and also the hope they have Donovan Mitchell's just going to fix everything, okay. All right. It's a lot of pressure on a guy coming off another knee injury. Not another knee injury, but missing time now again, twice in a row, back-to-back pseudo with that. And the question is he even fine? Is he good to go? There are things people are talking about. They wanted to get him back for the last couple of weeks of the season. Now he's supposedly coming back tomorrow. Do you think that has something to do with it? And granted, that announcement came out before the game yesterday that Donovan's targeting tomorrow. Do you think he's sitting there going, I got to get the hell back, man?
Probably.
I got to get back here. This is going to go really bad.
It.
All right, well,
Cavs are about to
that, and then he comes back, and you got to deal with it again.
But the problem is the Cavs are one game away from not hosting a playoff, like not being the home court advantage in the playoffs. And we're going to go sit there right now matched up with Orlando. What happens? We fall to the 5. Okay. We lose to Orlando, and if we lose to Orlando, a team younger than us, which is pretty tough to be, with less playoff experience, we go there, lose that first round. Donovan Mitchell's on the first flight to LA.
Yeah. And the thing is, the stewards of the organization, Kobe Altman and crew, you have to make the right decision for the team. And at that point, with all the information that you've been given thus far, everything that you have seen, the right move is to move on then from Donovan Mitchell. Get your haul back, get your picks back, and just... But again, you're then putting all your eggs in the basket of Darius Garland, who's... What was this season? Put it all back into Evan Mobley. You had to deal with injury. Like, that is the biggest issue in all of this. As you sit there and think about the future. Right now, this sucks. We feel like crap. I'm talking about the grand scheme then future of the team. You got to start thinking about in that mindset if you're Kobe Altman. Now, you got to let it play out, and you got to let the season go. But I guess here's my point more succinctly. I should probably try to do that more here on the show. I try. Don't forget how you feel today. Don't. Now, same thing. I don't want you to forget how you felt the day after we beat the Mavericks, right? When we beat the Nuggets. Don't forget how you felt there, but don't forget how you feel right now either. Take those notes on how that goes. Because when you sit down and try to make the rational decision, you have to look at the big picture. You can't look at some games and go, man, we played like the best team in the East right now. You got to look at games like this and just come it all together. Who is this team? What is this team? Knowing I don't have a choice, Ryan, that my future is probably tied to Jared Allen, which is fine. He's good. Evan Mobley, which we'll see, and Darius Garland, who I'm losing faith in game by game. Game by game, I'm losing it in Garland.
We're at a point, Matt, where we're having debates of you can't even start your 4 and 5 at the same time on the floor because they can't play together. Evan Mobley hasn't developed like you thought he was, and quite frankly, I'm losing faith. You overpaid Darius Garland at this point, looked like a massive failure. And we were having debates of who do we trust? And we're talking about maybe trusting our sixth-man Karras more than our franchise point guard, Matt. We're in a horrible spot.
Yeah. I completely agree with you, and it's a really tough look right now for the Cavs. They're back at it when tomorrow? Yeah, because Donovan Mitchell might come back tomorrow. That's right. So you have the 76ers tomorrow night, then you go on that West Coast trip. Is that not right? Damn, man. Next week's going to tell a story, man. In the next pretty much calendar week, you've got the 76ers tomorrow, Nuggets, Jazz, Suns, Lakers, Clippers. You've got that over the next 9 days. Just remember when we all think about where the Cavs are going to be and not. They'll win a game or two out there. I'm sure they will. But, bro, if they go out there and get smoked, I don't want to think about it. All right, when we come back, we'll get to the morning update. We're going to give a crack to the Immaculate Grid again this morning. Pro Football Network head coaching rankings.
Ooh, I can't wait to shit on those.
Yeah, they're bad. And there's one that I just think is appalling. But we'll get to that on where Kevin Stefanski is. I already sent it out, but we'll get to that coming up. Got more Guardians. Vote on our Twitter question this morning. At Matt Fontana Show, what do you think for the season for the Guards? Playoff contenders, a little above average, a little below average, or a dumpster fire? Vote on that, all coming up right here on the Fontana Show. A little bit later today, we have Big Play Cincinnati Show, right?
I believe so.
They're all for the Reds. I saw that. We had Drennan last. How excited was Drennan yesterday for the show? It's opening day week, man. Yeah, baseball, he bleeds it. He bleeds
He's
baseball.
got big faith in Vote.
Good. I hope so. Bruce is the guy, like, he goes division by I know you guys are doing the show, division by division. He loves baseball. So he's all geared up. We got it all for you everywhere, folks, on Big Play. It was announced, I know I can say this now, Jensen Lewis going to join a Big Play Cleveland show, I think every week, right? Jensen's on there. We've got some other things surrounding the Guardians coming up, so that's on Mondays. We got it all. BigPlay.com is the website. You can follow us on Twitter at Big Play, Big Play CLE. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. It's all over the place, and you will see all of our content everywhere that you need at Big Play. I love this, man. You know, the Guardians, or for opening day, the Browns send out They send out Joe Thomas from his rookie year in cargo shorts, throwing out the first pitch. Njoku. Who was that? Is that Juan Thornhill? That was Juan Thornhill, your guy.
Shut up.
I love it. And then the Blue Jackets sending out well wishes to the Guardians. I'll wait for the Cavs one coming out. I'd love when the teams like each other, man. It gets me. We're all in this together, man. So opening day, we'll get to it coming up. All right, morning update. I'll get to these head coaching rankings. And then damn grid next right here.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just, that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yep.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You know, you saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone. And at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today. All right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Typical Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
All right, let's get to an opening day. 12 hours. Let's go. Drink slow. People are tailgating 12 hours for this game. I'll be up. I'll be on ESPN tonight, by the way. Little game night action. Q Myers and myself. So I'll be up. I'll be ready to go. Guardians tonight. Let's go. Our boost. Love it. Opening day. I might tell you to stricken from the record the Cavs for the morning update, but we'll get to that a little bit later. We got a lot coming up, including these power rankings, coaching one. It's absolutely insane. Ryan, please take it away.
Alrighty, well, yes, Matt, it is finally opening day. Baseball season is upon us. The Guardians slated to take on those Oakland Athletics there in the West Coast at 10 o'clock, Matt. I know it's a little bit late, but nothing's going to stop us from staying up and watching that game.
Hell no. We got Bieber over strikeouts. We got a hit for Josh Naylor. Guardians minus a run. I love the Guardians minus run and a half, man. They're going to win that game. By God, they're going to win it. It's back. It's exciting. It's fun. You want to see. I think you've got this blend. You've got some players that you know who they are. You've got some young guys with some intrigue. It's got it all, man. And I'm just, dude, I can't tell you how much I love when I'm able to, and granted, different time shift for me now, but in the evenings, having something to watch. And that's why I love the Cavs and the Blue Jackets and all that. But just being able to sit down and watch baseball tonight is going to be so much fun. I'd love to stay up with my son, but my wife would kill me. We're in the blender, man. We got potty training this week for the 2-year-old. The 9-month-old is having sleep. Wait till, I don't know. Again, I'm not projecting here on young Ryan, but they go through sleep regressions. Do you know about leaps with babies?
Leaps?
Have you ever heard of leaps?
No.
So, in just the advancement of technology, medical, whatever you want to call it, they have this down to a science, bro. We have an app that will tell you this week your son or daughter is entering leap 4 or 5, right? What are these?
It's like a measurement, kind of like.
It's kind of like that, but baby leaps. I want to go through all of them.
Like a benchmark?
It's a benchmark. Here are the 10, no, and they're mental leaps. They're not even that, right? So leap 1.
What was your kid's first word?
She's saying hi now.
I mean your son.
Oh, Leo.
Oh, but your daughter's already saying hi?
She says hi. She says hi and bye. She says
That's
dad.
so cute.
Yeah, I know. She says dada, like, but not necessarily directed at me necessarily. It's always the funny thing with moms because the D is just easier to say than the M. So most kids say dad before mom, and it's like, I carried you for 9 months. I delivered you, and you start saying his name first. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. So she says that, but she'll say hi and bye. You know, and she watches people walking out of the rooms now. So here's leap 1: sensations. Babies go through a rapid maturation of metabolism and senses. Leap 2 is patterns. They start to recognize patterns. Leap 3, smooth transitions. They'll be for the first time being able to recognize a transition in taste or smell or sight, sound, and touch. The whole way that leap was explained to me, imagine if, like in the world of the Avengers or the Matrix, you know, when they put stuff in Neo's brain, like in 2 seconds, he learned a year's worth of knowledge. That's kind of what a leap is.
Okay.
And babies go through these leaps where all of a sudden you go, man, are they pissed off? Or man, are they not sleeping? Oh, they're going through a leap. Isn't that crazy they figured this crap out? So we're in the blender right now.
You gotta start. You don't speak another language, do you?
No, I'd love to be able to have my kids be bilingual.
I was gonna say because you got to start that now.
Oh, a good buddy of mine.
Yeah.
He and his wife are they both fluently speak Spanish, and their kids are like, yeah. I mean, it's no quite. That's how you do it. That's how you really learn. Sorry, we started talking because I'd like to keep my kid up for 10 o'clock tonight. My wife would kill me, and I'd probably die myself. So, nonetheless, I'll catch him on the first home opener. How about
Matt,
that?
I'm split.
Eclipse
right
day.
now at this point in my life, Matt, I'm split 50-50.
On going to sleep or not?
No. Oh, no. Hell no.
Yeah.
I'm staying up 100%. On having kids and then also living the dink lifestyle. You know about the dink lifestyle?
No, never heard of this.
The double income, no kids.
Oh.
The dinks. You ever seen that? We're dinks. Double income, no kids. We can go on vacation whenever we want.
Yeah, we have friends that live that lifestyle.
The dinks?
Yeah. And my generation, they're having less kids. I know people freak out about that. I'll just say this. A family member went to go visit their friends that live that lifestyle, and they came back and they go, I actually miss my kids. It's like, and they love their kids, but my whole point is like, once you know that, and here's my best example, or my best statement on having kids, and any parent out there watching, you know this. It is without a doubt, no shadow of a question, the hardest thing that you will ever do, ever. But it's also the best and most rewarding thing you'll ever do. And another thing is, if it's hard, that means you're doing it right. If you're a parent that isn't involved or like isn't around or whatever, it's hard because you are a good parent. So that's what I hold on to. There's days I wish I was a dink, Ryan. There's some days that catch you. Yesterday just happened to be one. The son this morning threw his oatmeal on the floor. Like, it happened.
See,
it happens.
I can't stand that.
Just wait. It'll change. It'll change there for you. But I'd love to keep him up. It's an exciting day for a lot. I do appreciate that we started on the West Coast. By the way, what's the weather in Oakland today right now?
I don't know.
Oakland weather. 52. Ooh, it might rain tomorrow. Dude, the high is only 58 today. I mean, that's baseball weather.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in Ohio, we would play in this. 43's been there before. There ain't nothing like catching it off the end of an aluminum -3 bat,
dude,
in 43-degree weather. Ain't nothing like that. Or even worse if you get jammed.
Yeah.
That's a great question. You ever play what's worse, catching off the end, you get the rattle, you get jammed. Makes my hands hurt. But baseball's back. I love it. I at least appreciate that we're out on the West Coast to start.
All right, well, something else that hurts is watching these Cavs recently. They fall to the lowly Hornets, tanking 118 to 111, Matt, and boy, are there a lot of questions surrounding this team.
And I don't want to have the questions. I wish we weren't here. I just really think that we have passed a line now where when you have a team that's not giving good effort and losing games like that, you're going to be reflective on the coach with that. And I love JB. I don't want him to go anywhere. I didn't want this to happen. And frankly, I'd like to fire the players at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I would like to look at the players more and go, you didn't give effort against one of the worst teams in basketball when you're in a situation where every win is going to matter. And the other thing, I appreciate JB telling it like it is in the press conference, right? But if he's doing that, then that means that the in the locker room discussions aren't hitting anymore. Because when you got to go start saying stuff to the media and getting it out that way, that is one of the final straws of getting it through to these players. And sometimes they start tuning things out, and that's, again, why coaches get fired. It's not an X's and O's thing. It's the players stop listening. In basketball. Coaches get fired when the players stop listening or the players have had enough. And I got a bad feeling that we're taking steps down that path. And I don't like it. I don't.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, the Sweet 16 tips off tonight. We got Clemson, Arizona.
All right, Zona.
San Diego State, UConn. Rematch of the championship game.
Yep.
Alabama, North Carolina.
Illinois.
Oh, no,
I got to have an upset somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go North Carolina. That's fine.
All right, Illinois, Iowa State.
Oh, wait. Are you talking about NC State or UNC?
No, UNC.
That's what I thought. UNC. Sorry, UNC. That's not an upset. That's what I got confused for a second. UNC. Tar Heels all the way.
Alrighty, Illinois, Iowa State, one of the best offenses right now.
Illinois.
The best defense.
Illinois. I like Illinois a lot there. I do.
Alrighty, well, tomorrow, North Carolina State, Marquette, an 11-2. North Carolina State, the highest seed left.
I love it. Back into what a day, too. What a day. Watch a little basketball. Get ready for opening day. It's going to be a lot of fun. How do you think the tournament is? What about that lull? And you and I aren't giant college basketball fans, but it's just such the letdown that happens every year. You got 4 days, 4 straight days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 1,000 miles an hour, 12 hours a day. And you're like, well, I got to sit around for a couple days now. I feel like it always loses.
People are
that
talking
lull.
about there's not that many upsets this year, blah, blah, blah. I have had an absolute blast with this tournament.
I think this bracket
we've
is
had
perfect.
some amazing games.
I'm telling you, I think it's perfect. It's not just because all the 1 and 2 seeds made the Sweet 16. You had some upsets, but you still have your storylines and you still have your big teams. I really think this bracket has gone perfect. Even on the women's side, I know Iowa, all right, that's fine. You know, it's working out. It really is. I think this bracket is really good for both the men's and the women's.
Alrighty, well, last here for the morning update, Matt. UFC is going to Saudi Arabia June 22nd. Robert Whitaker takes on, I'm not going to pronounce this right, Khamzat Chimaev.
Yeah, close enough. He's good. That is, some people are going to look at that.
I'm looking at his ears, and I can tell he's a good fighter.
Well, all those guys have that.
No, but
all
when you
guys.
have those type of ears.
Well, they all do. The cauliflower ear, man, they all got that. They use it as a pride of, a sign of, I'm a UFC fighter, right? Yeah. When you see it, and the other thing is like, when you see a guy that has those, do not pick a fight with him at the bar.
God,
Probably
no.
don't pick a fight with him at the bar. So here's the thing. To talk a little bit, Duplessis is the champion. He beat Sean Strickland, who I think is a piece of crap, whatever. So I don't think he's all that good. I love Robert Whitaker. He just beat Paulo Costa's last time out. Won some money on that. Thank you very much, Tipico. Called that. Chimaev he's pretty scary, man. He's pretty good. And he's one of these guys like Islam Makhachev and, they're like these Russian Dagestan guys that are just killers, man. They are just brutal to fight. The winner of that will fight Duplessis, and I hope they win. I hope it's Whitaker. I love Robert Whitaker, the Reaper. That's his nickname.
That's a tough
Any
name.
badass,
That's a
man?
tough name.
And he's a hell of a good fighter, man. He's gotten beat a couple of times, one-time champion, all that kind of stuff. But he's not a knock. He's just gonna touch you, man. He's like a true fighter. Like when I think about it, a mixed martial artist, he's it. So that's gonna be a really good fight. UFC 299 or 300. Is it this weekend? No. It's next weekend. April. Oh no, even the weekend after that, April 13th. That card's not what you would think for UFC 300. But we'll get more UFC talk. I pitched that to Tipico.
Yeah,
do some more content around some UFC. I'm in for that.
Man. Well, this is going to be a fight, Matt.
Let's go. Let's just take a look. Immaculate Grid, here we go. Just baseball to see. All right, so here's the cool thing. We have 2 statistical categories. Let's just see what are the statistical categories? Number 1 at the bottom.
Played shortstop, minimum 1 game.
Oh, okay. All right. And then the other one, 300
average season.
Oh, God. All right.
So let's
just go. Buster Posey. I'm not going to put a time on it. Let's just see if we can do it. If we got to do football, we'll do football. Buster Posey had to have done that.
I would like to think.
Yep. Obviously, Miguel Cabrera.
The shortstop with 300. I mean, you just want to rip like.
I mean, Jeter probably had it at some point, right?
I would hope.
I would think so. Most overrated player in history, but
I
that's
have a
fine.
friend with that same take.
say that. Shortstop, Seattle. Do you want to just put Alex Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Because he doesn't fit for any other ones. Might as well put A-Rod there. And then...
An A's shortstop?
Oh, my God. I can picture his face.
Did Andrelton Simmons play?
Andrelton Simmons or whatever his name is? No, I'm thinking of that other guy.
He on the team right now?
No. Oh, jeez. I keep wanting to say Marcus Semien, but that's not true. Because it wasn't him. It was somebody else like close to that name. I don't know.
Dude,
Detroit, A's, anything. The only A's player I know is Sean Murphy, and he left, and he's in Atlanta. Even like starting pitchers, like Mark Mulder, no. Barry Zito. Oh, Barry Zito works. A's
For what?
A's Giants. A's Giants.
Barry Zito?
Yeah. You never heard of Barry Zito? I think I have a Seattle Giants connection.
Oh.
Omar.
Oh.
Omar. Wait. Because Omar, No, he was a coach for Detroit. Go. Yeah. Put Omar up there.
For Seattle Giants? Omar Vizquel?
Yep. Detroit, I don't know. There's got to be some starting pitchers.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Detroit, Jabba Chamberlain.
Wow, that's a name.
Isn't that a name? Isn't that a pullback there?
For Detroit and who?
I don't know. I have no idea if he ever pitched for the A's or Seattle. A's are going to be the one I don't know much.
Yeah.
I've got nothing there. I'm trying to think of guys that came through. Did Yasiel Puig? No. Trying to think of outfielders. Where's some of the... Oh, Nick Swisher. But I don't think he worked. I don't think he played in Detroit. Right? No.
Not that I can
I don't
recall.
think so. That era, like that team, there was him, Mark Kotze. Just go through all the guys in Moneyball. Scott Hatteberg. Scott Hatteberg might actually work there for the A's in Detroit. I don't know. I'm just ripped. Yeah, I mean, I can't think of Scott. And then Hatter. Just go Hatt. I'm sure it'll come up.
Scott Hatteberg?
Yeah. I don't think it'll work. Yeah, that's fine. It's got to be some
Jose Iglesias?
He played for Detroit. I don't know if he
I don't
played for either one of those two teams. That's a good pull there. Yeah, we should really probably just focus and rip Detroit guys. That Gamer Candelario guy, I think he went to Washington, so I don't think he's played either one of those other spots.
Who's the guy in Detroit with Max Scherzer that was really good?
Justin Verlander. He does not work for this. No, it's not Justin Verlander. He was pretty good. You're not wrong. He was pretty good.
What was that fat boy at first base for the Tigers? I can't think of his name.
Miguel Cabrera.
No, not Miguel Cabrera. I know Miguel Cabrera. Prince Fielder, I'm thinking.
He was in Milwaukee. Oh, no, you're right. He did play in Detroit. You're right. I forgot that. You're right. Yeah, Prince Fielder. Had his career cut short. He had neck injuries. Couldn't play anymore. Yeah, man, I can't, like... The thing was, you see Detroit all the time. Austin Jackson?
For what?
He played in Detroit. He came to Cleveland. I don't know if he played for either Seattle or the A's. You can let him rip on one of them. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe Seattle, sure. I don't know.
Victor Martinez play anywhere else besides Detroit? I mean, obviously...
Boston, yeah. That's where he went, but I don't think either one of those scores. Oh, my God! Holy cow! All right! Wow!
Can we get an A's Detroit?
That'd be fun. Or an A's shortstop.
Yeah,
I keep thinking of Marcus Semien. It's not him. It's somebody else. Damn it. I can, like, almost picture his face. I don't know why I keep thinking of Pokey Reese, too. Reds player, but I think he played for the A's at some point. Wait a minute. Am I? No, that's not. That's right. No. I think. Wait. No, he wouldn't have worked anyway. I googled it just because I wanted to know about Ricky Henderson, and I was pretty sure that he never played in Detroit. He did. He has a lot of teams though. Did he go to Oakland 3 different times? He did. I'm sorry, he went to Oakland 4 different times. Ricky Henderson. Nothing. No Detroit.
Jason Giambi ever play in Detroit?
That's a good call. No. I think his brother did. RIP. Oh, put Jeremy Giambi. I think he works.
Jeremy Giambi?
Jeremy Giambi.
For A's Detroit?
Yeah, and I think he... I got the text. Marcus Semien did.
Nah.
Okay, Marcus Semien did. I knew. I don't know why. I knew that was in my brain.
Should we do football?
I don't know if you want to. Go down real quick. I want to see Detroit A's. Miguel Tejada, text group. That would have been... that's a good poll. Thank you very much.
What do you want to see?
Go Detroit A's. smack dab middle one. What?
Ty Cobb.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't around when Ty Cobb was playing.
Bobo Newsome.
No.
Al Simmons.
No. Nothing.
I
have requests now to do basketball. You want to see us get our ass kicked? We'll go to basketball. That'd be bad.
You want to do basketball?
No.
We could do
We'll go back. I want to see a shortstop. You just want to do this the rest of the show on the way out? Is everybody having fun watching?
You want to see a shortstop?
Yeah. Go down a shortstop. Yeah, just if you see any names that you know. Can you filter by years? Yeah, click on year. Yeah, just do that so you can see some of the more recent guys.
Elvis Andrus.
That's not who I was thinking of.
Marcus Semien.
Yeah, that's right. I know. Somebody texted me.
Jed Lowry.
Yeah.
Josh Donaldson. I know he played short.
I know he played short.
Orlando Cabrera. Wow.
That, if we ever got into doing baseball, that is your guy. That and Julio Franco. Just bring those guys up for almost everyone, but Orlando Cabrera a lot. Is that basketball?
I don't know if we can do it.
I got somebody text me. They just want to send us answers on. Why don't you just go play it on your own?
Yeah. Do you want to do it or no?
No.
Okay.
No. Do you want to just glance at football? Let's see if we can get football.
Football's easier.
Do you want to try doing football? You know
Yeah,
how we've been.
I
All right.
do.
Now, this is going to be our official Immaculate Grid for the day. We got 9 minutes up and down. What is it? 50-plus career sacks?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes.
Go.
All right. Titans. We could do. Does Jadeveon Clowney have 50?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's got 50. But he's not there. He hasn't. Wait, where did he just sign? Oh, Carolina. Did he played in Tennessee? That's right.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Am I tripping?
After Seattle, he went to Tennessee, then he came here. Go ahead. That's fine. Tennessee.
Does he even have 50 sacks, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. How can he not? Von Miller. For the Bills.
Oh,
for the Bills. Sorry, for the Bills. Does Brian Burns have 50? I don't think so.
Did Luke Kuechly? I mean, linebacker. I don't know.
Linebacker's a lot different. That's like trying to catch like guys that went through there on their time. There's no way Brian Burns has 50, right?
Did Jared Allen ever play for the
That's like a guy
Panthers?
like that. That's what I'm trying to think
Did
of.
he ever play for the Panthers?
No, I don't think so. Brian Burns only has 46 and 46. So he's close, but doesn't count there. All right, you want to move off, try to find something else here?
Yeah.
Okay, L'Jarius Sneed doesn't count for the Titans and the Chiefs because he hasn't played a game yet.
Correct.
Oh my God, this is such a weird random pull, but I think it works. Do you know that Nick Westbrook, and then he added a hyphen to his last name?
Westbrook Hines?
That guy.
For which one?
For the Chiefs and the Titans.
Did he play for them?
I feel more confident that he played for the Titans than I do the Chiefs.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think he played for the Chiefs.
You don't think so?
No,
all right, push off on that. Any other ones that just jump right out at us here? Anything else?
You just gotta focus on one. I'm all over.
Well, no, I think it works when we rip a couple to get into the flow of things.
Okay.
But I'm open to whatever. Geno Smith, any of those other spots?
No.
Are you sure? Because remember, there was one the other day where like we didn't know, we forgot Geno Smith played there. Nothing.
Was there?
Yeah. Seattle. Did Fitzpatrick play in Seattle? Didn't he? Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I don't know.
Matt Flynn. Any of those other places? I feel like he works in Buffalo. I don't know why. I don't know why Matt Flynn I think works for Seattle Buffalo, but I don't know that for sure.
Just need to get one. Get the juices.
Marshawn Lynch. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Here you go.
For what?
Bills. Seahawks.
Oh. Yeah. I can give you the Bills.
Get drafted there. All right. Chiefs, Bills to close that one on out.
Chiefs, Bills.
Chiefs, Bills. Chiefs, Bills. The lineman is, we just never think of linemen in this. We got to be better on linemen. Yeah, man. Should have stuck with baseball today.
My
Should have
brain's
stuck with
fried.
baseball. This is what happens. We get put in the blender. We sit here and we go back and forth. We can't think of anything. That's the biggest problem in this whole thing.
Oh,
What?
for Panthers Seahawks, Greg Olson.
Okay. Yeah, that works. That works. That's fine. Good call. All right. Seahawks Titans. Matt Hasselbeck works. Now, was it Tim or Matt? I think it was Matt. I know it was Matt in Seattle. Did Matt play for the Titans? Yes. All right.
All right, let's cook.
Okay.
Titans Chiefs.
Titans Chiefs.
We've been through so many running backs.
I know.
Jarek McKinnon, I don't think he ever played for Titans.
No. Jamal Charles, no. Chris Johnson, no. Right? Chris Johnson never went to the Chiefs.
I don't think
so. Jonnu Smith, who's been well-traveled everywhere. That's one place he didn't go. I know there's got to be a legacy player, like back in the 90s or something like that we're missing. That's a huge one here for some reason or another. People say they hate when we just sit here and they struggle. Yeah. They just hate watching us just have our ears turned on this. I hate it.
I'm just going to put Kuechly for this. I doubt he did. I mean, 50 is a linebacker.
It's a lot, and he got his career cut short a little bit.
I figured. I just can't stand it looking at the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and give it up. That's fine.
Embarrassed.
No, that's fine. Chiefs kind of cost us here today. Let's run through the Chiefs. I want to see all those other players.
All right, Chiefs, Titans.
Yep.
Warren Moon.
I told you.
Matt Castle, Blaine
I
Gabbert.
should have known that. I should have known
Dexter
Castle.
McCluster.
Oh, that's a pull from the past. Good call there. Yeah.
I mean, I
There
just
you go.
read it.
There you go. Chiefs, Panthers.
Jared Allen.
That's right. By God, I should have got that one too.
Kelvin Benjamin.
That's a good call. I should have got
Cameron
Jared.
Irving.
Cam Irving, former Cleveland Brown. I stand on the lineman. I should have thought about that.
And then Chiefs, Bills.
Chiefs, Bills, and we got to get the sack total.
LaShawn McCoy.
I forgot about that.
Kyle Orton. Mike Pruitt. CJ Spiller. Sammy Watkins. Oh, that was
that was sort of in there. Go 50 sacks for the Panthers.
Only
there.
15 people.
Okay. Who has the most? Was it Jared Allen?
Bruce Smith.
Did he play for the
Yes.
Panthers? I mean, obviously, yes, he did. I didn't think...
Julius Peppers.
That's the one I couldn't think of.
Wow. Okay, we're
Oh
trash.
my God.
Lawrence Taylor, Michael
know.
Strahan, Jason Taylor, Terrell Suggs, DeMarcus Ware, Jared Allen.
Those guys all played for the Panthers?
Yes. Dwight Freeney.
No.
Oh, wait, did I click the wrong one? I clicked.
Bruce Smith never played for the Panthers.
I clicked.
That's the sack career total list. That's not actually for who played for the Panthers. It's not your fault.
What do you mean, though?
Click on that list. It's just the sack total in the NFL career.
Why are they giving me that?
I don't know, because you'd have to go through and find it. But Julius Peppers is the one that we should have gotten.
No,
Bruce
no way
Smith
with that
never
for
played. That never played.
Okay, I was about to say.
No, we're tripping, man. But Julius Peppers, that is the one that I should have got. We're trash. It's not the first time nor the last time, but it is. Do you want a trash list of NFL head coaching rankings? Because I got it for you.
Yeah, please.
Here we go. Pro Football Network sent out this morning. This is from Dallas Robinson. The best head coach in the NFL, rankings 1 through 32. Number 1,
Reid.
I don't think we have any issue with that.
Andy
Would be Andy Reid. Another Super Bowl, we get it. Number 2.
Is it right? Do you agree?
I don't know about 2, but I like this head coach a lot. I don't know if he's not 2 for me. I'll tell you this, he's not 2 for me.
Is your 2 that you would put Kyle Shanahan?
Yeah, that is correct. It's
So
not Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is 3, by the way.
Okay.
So this guy is 2.
Okay. Is it Harbaugh?
No. I have a lot of respect for John Harbaugh, but no.
Not Tomlin.
Nope. Go west, young man. Go west.
West.
Way west.
Way west.
It's about as far west as you can go.
Sean McVay?
That is correct. Sean McVay is 2. Kyle Shanahan is 3. John Harbaugh is 4. I don't really complain there. 5, Mike Tomlin. Again,
Just give it to legacy.
that's
guys that have been
fine.
there forever.
6, Jim Harbaugh. Get the out of here.
Come on.
Get out of here.
That's outrageous.
All right. He has not coached in the NFL in a decade.
That is
Get the
outrageous.
hell out of here
wrote
with that.
this?
Dallas Robinson.
Come on, Dallas.
Okay. Jim Harbaugh, 6. While Jim Harbaugh didn't collect a Super Bowl during his first stint as the 49ers head coach, his near 70% winning percentage ranks first amongst active head coaches because he was only there for a couple of years. Harbaugh's record of quick turnaround suggests the Chargers should be contending again soon.
With who? Who are they throwing to?
He says their roster needs significant work. But San Francisco improved by 7 wins in his first season. Get out of here. That's bullcrap. 7, Matt LaFleur. 8, Sean Payton. 9, Dan Campbell. 10,
Get outta
Mike
here.
McDaniel. 11, Kevin Stefanski.
Sean Payton.
All of those
bullshit.
guys ahead of Kevin Stefanski.
That's outrageous.
The coach of the year, by the way.
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton, no. I don't even think Mike McDaniel.
No.
I really don't
Absolutely
think Mike McDaniel.
not.
Dan Campbell.
No.
I kinda get it. I kinda get it.
Nope. Recency bias.
There's no way that Jim Harbaugh, Sean Payton, and Mike McDaniel should be ahead of Kevin Stefanski. I'll listen to the Campbell debate and I'll listen to the Matt LaFleur debate.
I listen to Matt LaFleur, not Dan
That's
Campbell.
That's bull crap. 12 was Zach Taylor.
Also too high.
D'Amico Ryan's 13. Sean McDermott 14, which is a little crazy. Peterson is 15. Sirianni is 16 on this list. Would you dare guess? Now, again, this only goes to 28 of new. And by the way, like they still use coaches that had been coaches before, like Harbaugh. So like Mike McDonald doesn't count.
Dave
Canales, Dan Quinn, Brian Callahan.
Okay.
Oh, no. Dan Quinn coached before.
Yeah, he
duh. Yeah, duh. No, Atlanta. Here are the 4 coaches that aren't on the list because they've never coached before. Mike McDonald, Gerard Mayo, Dave Canales, and Brian Callahan. So of all the coaches that have been on the job, who do you think he has as the worst? And I kind of agree with this.
Wow.
28th.
28th, okay. Dable?
No. Good call, though, but no. In the NFC as well.
In the NFC.
Not in that division,
though.
He was the guy you couldn't guess on the coach's picture when we did it. Because you don't even register that he's an NFL head coach because he's really not worth it. Arthur Smith wanted to beat his ass last year.
Todd Bowles?
No.
Oh. Duh. Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen. That video just circulated, by the way. I don't know why I saw it. Arthur Smith walked out. He wanted to murder Dennis Allen on that field because they went for it. Wasn't always his fault. Dennis Allen, second worst was Robert Saleh. Could listen to that. Then Gannon, then Antonio. How'd they put Antonio Pierce that far down? Then Eberflus, then Raheem Morris, then Dable, then Todd Bowles. Those are the bottom of the barrel guys. Dan Quinn's 20, Steichen 19. Mike McCarthy's 18th on this list. I'll listen to that. 11 for and again, it's just one person's opinion on Dallas Robinson. Whatever, you're going to freak out a little bit. So I tweeted this because, like, okay, so a couple people have come back at me because I tweeted this out. How they have Tomlin that high, I'll never know. That's a tweet. Jim Harbaugh at 6, laughing my ass off from a different Matt. Jay Rex says he should be 6. What's Matt LaFleur done that's so much better? Matt
he's
LaFleur's
gone further in the playoffs,
Matt LaFleur's
and he's had multiple, like 3 or 4, 3 10.
Had Aaron Rodgers, but I do like the turnaround that the Packers have had. This is a tweet that I think is really interesting from Dave, Barrel Age Dave. How does Stefanski win Coach of the Year twice in 4 years and not hit 6 or 7? And then JDC on Twitter comes back. Coach of the Year is a little different. Why Belichick rarely ever won it. It's a good tweet. Good tweets. I am legend. How is Sean Payton in the top 10? I have no idea. And I get that the Broncos are all in on Sean Payton because
I'd be sick if I had a.
There are people that say Sean Payton is one of the better offensive minds to come through the NFL in the past 30-odd some years. I'll listen to that. I will. And then they sit there and they say, all right, he couldn't get anything out of Russell Wilson, and he's really good at his job, so therefore Russell Wilson must really suck at his job, right? That's the straws that we're grasping here. I guess we'll find out. Now, what are the Denver Broncos staring down the barrel of and the excuse train? I got a rookie quarterback. Because they're going to get J.J. McCarthy, or they're going to get Bo Nix or something like that. By the way, I saw a mock today. It's going to make you scream. This mock, Bucky Brooks, NFL.com, J.J. McCarthy, third to the New England Patriots. There you go. There you go. Anyway, but then that would mean that Drake May is going to fall. Tell me the Broncos wouldn't go up and swoop up and grab Drake May?
Yeah, that'd be good for them.
Their excuse this year will be, we got a rookie quarterback, or we don't have that. But how long does that excuse last? Like, eventually you got to get somebody. And if Sean Payton is that good, got to get a little juice out of him. I think Sean Payton sucks.
I do too.
I'm not so bad to say that he's the worst coach in the NFL, but he ain't top 10. There's no way.
No way.
No way. Jim Harbaugh, man. He's been gone for a decade.
That's goofy. That's goofy.
Decade, bro.
Goofy.
Gone. Quick turnaround. You know, Harbaugh's record of quick turnarounds. He did that once. In the NFL. I'm not saying that he didn't turn Stanford around, and I'm not saying he didn't turn Michigan around. A little bit of a different game. Who's the GM there? They fired Tom Telesco, did they not?
Yeah, they hired some. I don't remember his name, but
they got. Oh my God, they got. What's
was it
his
the dude from the Raiders?
Yeah. No. It's Joe Hornets. And he was somebody's like right-hand man. The Ravens. That they got him from the Ravens. That's where they got him from. Because I remember that DeCosta was like, they were like, damn, it was eventual that he was going to leave. He was with the Ravens for 30 years. Literally, he started as a personnel assistant in 1998. Left the team in 2023. Pretty good. 25 years with the Ravens. So he left. Now he's the Chargers GM. There you go. All right, let's catch our final break of the morning. We'll tell you about Tipico when we return. Wander Franco. They've officially placed him on administrative leave through June 1st. So he's done. He was on paid administrative leave last year. And if they can get the court to figure it out, he's alleged to have a relationship with a 14-year-old girl.
Well, that's what happens when you're a pedophile.
Put him in jail. Literally. Put him in jail. I would say do or whatever. Anyway, that just came. I just saw a bunch of people tweeting about it. So again, he's been placed on administrative leave, so he's not going to play at least through June 1st. They got to figure all that out. What a piece of crap. All right, let's catch our break. Come back. We'll get you the morning, or we'll get you the time hop. We'll get to our bracket, our boost, all of it. Fontana Show. Stay with us.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
How does an Ohioan build the perfect parlay?
Who's got something? Big guys looking for long odds. The kids in Columbus are covering better than anyone. And at even odds. If it's even, I'm leaving. Listen, our championship DVD starts today. All right? Dude, I just got an invite to a Cincy playoff watch party. Shut up. Cincy, State, Cleveland, the perfect parlay. I'm a genius.
For the best odds on Ohio sports, bet with your cojones.
It is Spanish, dummy.
Bet with Tipico Sportsbook.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
All right, let's get to it. We got time up here on opening day. I actually do have an opening day of the past there for the Indians that we'll get to, and that's always fun because I have the box score, and we'll run through what the lineup looked like a couple years ago. But first, we only go back a year ago today. Two things, Ryan. Number one, the NFL owners approved the number 0 in the NFL, and Andres Jimenez got his 7-year, $106 million extension. One of those good, the other one not. I'll give you which guess what I think is which. One is good, one is not. 0 in football and Jimenez's deal.
You gotta not like 0 in football.
I hate the 0 in football.
Shout out Greg Newsome.
Stupid. Not Greg. That's I get it's cool. It's kind of the cool move to do. Baseball, football. No. You don't need is 0 a number? It's got no value. Is it a number?
Man, I don't know.
You get philosophical.
I hate math.
Do you want to know what I actually have thought about? So, we do the. We do the grid. Sometimes it doesn't go all that well. So I'm thinking about other things to incorporate into our show. Do you know the new, and I don't spend a lot of time on Reddit. I really don't. I follow, there's competitive COD Reddits, and there's, laugh at me. I know. I follow golf. My buddy sent me this one because he spends a lot of time on there. And it's a giant Reddit of who would win. The one he sent the other day. How many Godzilla-sized men would it take to take down Godzilla? Now, here are your parameters. You are just a Godzilla-sized person. You have no special powers. You cut, you bleed. You get your arm cut off, it's gone. You cannot call the military. You cannot call outside help. Godzilla has claws, the atomic breath, all of it. How many Godzilla-sized men would it take to take down Godzilla? So here was my comparison. That would be like the average-sized person trying to take down a Komodo dragon. And I'm thinking 5?
More than that? Godzilla would just fire breath everybody. I'm thinking 400.
Okay. Spider-Man without his powers versus Batman without his martial arts training.
Spider-Man without his powers is what?
A person. I don't know. That's why I don't get it. Which TV or movie zombie virus outbreak would you think is the hardest to actually survive?
World War Z.
Never seen it.
They'd be running a million miles an hour.
Oh, is that the thing?
Or I Am Legend.
I thought about I Am Legend, then I also thought about The Last of Us. The Last of Us doesn't seem so bad because it seems like there's actually a lot of people. Can I give you the hardest one? It's not a zombie apocalypse, but it's Bird Box.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine Bird Box?
Or have you seen The Happening?
No.
I think that's what it's called. It's with Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, okay.
They breathe in a certain chemical in the air, and it's going around the whole world. And if they breathe it in, they kill themselves.
How long could Jigsaw last in Gotham City? Jigsaw learns more and more, but he's got to fight off Batman.
Give me Batman.
Okay. But how long do you think Jigsaw would last? A week?
Nah.
So that is the Reddit hole that I fell into, so we could start doing that. Who would win? There's a bunch of them on there. All right, how do we get on that? Oh, back and forth on which one I hate, which one I like. I like the Andres Jimenez deal. I don't like 0 in football. This day, 2022, Browns Super Bowl odds jumped from 35-1 to 16-1 following the acquisition of Deshaun Watson. Go ahead and cash those tickets on out. Waiting on that. This day, 2019, Indians Guardians home opener. Season opener, excuse me, because they started us up in Minnesota, which was a smart thing to do. We lost 2-0. Would you like your starting lineup?
Sure.
This day, 2019. Leonis Martin led off, went 1 for 4. Jose Ramirez at third. Tyler Naquin batted third. He was pinch hit for by Jordan Luplow. Carlos Santana was your cleanup hitter at first base. Hanley Ramirez was your DH. Then Jake Bowers in left, Roberto Perez catching. Brad Miller was your second baseman, and Eric Steinmetz was your starting shortstop this day 2019. With Greg Allen and Max Moroff pinch hitting, Corey Kluber got your start, relieved by Oliver Perez, Adam Simber, and Brad Hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What did we finish that year? 2019, you finished 93-69 and finished second in the AL Central.
Wow.
We had to have made the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
93 wins?
93 wins?
Yeah. So just think about that. 2019, you had Eric Steinmetz starting at shortstop, and you won 93 games. Just it's all relative.
Shows you how stable
it's all
they
relative. This day, 2018, the Browns traded Cody Kessler away to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Never understood that draft pick, but here we are. This day, 2018, LeBron tied Michael Jordan's record with 866 straight games with what, Ryan? Michael had the record. LeBron
20
tied
plus
it.
Points?
No, 10 plus points.
10 plus.
10
That's what I
plus
said.
points.
866
straight of 10 plus points there. This day, 2017, Hugh Jackson was asked if Brock Osweiler would be on the Browns, and he said, I don't know. They traded for him. They wanted the draft pick. They used it on Nick Chubb. Here we are. This day, 2020, the new NFL overtime rule was implemented where a field goal on the first possession doesn't end it. Where if you kick a field goal, then the other team gets a chance, you score a touchdown, it's over. Now, is the playoff one coming to the regular season where both teams are guaranteed? I like that rule. Because there's an advantage, as we found out, to taking the ball second. Yeah. There's always that advantage. I like that rule. Both teams should be allowed to possess it once. Whatever happens from there, happens from there. Field goal, then a touchdown, game over. They don't score, and then you do, game over. I like that. I don't know if I necessarily want the college overtime rule. You know what I do want? I don't want any more ties. So here's what I would. Here's my pitch. Both teams get a possession, full field, and if you're still tied, then you go to college overtime.
Let's just make it on the kickers. They have to kick 50-yarders.
No, I don't want to do that either. Because there's other elements of the game. You're telling me you're going to go to an overtime, you don't want Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes touch the football? Come on. We got to get that figured out. This day, 1992, Christian Laettner hits the shot. Duke wins in overtime to go to the Final Four, 104-103. This day, 1984, the Baltimore Colts left for Indianapolis. It happens. This day, 1979, do you know about the 3 Mile Island nuclear disaster?
No.
It was right outside. It's in PA. They did an episode of Viva La Bam on it. An automatic valve accidentally closed, causing a radioactive leak on 3 Mile Island. They did an episode of Viva La Bam about it. It was pretty cool. This day, 1973, one of the greatest of all times, hung it up. Wilt Chamberlain played in his final game. He ended a streak of 1,045 games without ever fouling out. It wasn't his whole career, but it's a pretty good streak right now. This day, 1963, the AFL's New York Titans became the New York Jets. I like the Jets. I think it's a pretty cool, I just like it all. Their scheme, their logo, the Jets, I think it kind of works for me. This day, 1960, where the first ever star was placed on the Walk of Fame, it was Stanley Kramer that got it.
Wow.
Now it's a big thing. Everybody gets their star on the Walk of Fame. Very happy birthday goes out to Rick Barry, Byron Scott, Jason Garrett, Luke Walton, Derek Carr, Max Strus, Lady Gaga, Reba McEntire, Julia Stiles, who was so hot in 10 Things I Hate About You. She was in Dexter. She played Lumen in Dexter.
I gotta look her up.
You know Julia Stiles. You should. 10 Things I...
She was in Dexter?
Yeah. She played that whole season. She was Lumen.
That's her?
She's good. Yeah, that's her. Yeah. Tell you, man.
She hot?
10 Things I Hate About You. So hot. And then Vince Vaughn. Good-looking guy. I wouldn't say he's hot, but he's good-looking there. All right, a movie and a TV show. We got to go quick. We're already at 50 here. First up, television show. This day, 1999. I don't even know the premise of this show. It's a very well-known show.
Bones?
No. Animated. It follows the... okay, so this is the write-up on it.
I hate animated, man.
The series follows the adventures of a slacker who's cryogenically preserved for 1,000 years and then revived.
Bruh, you've never watched Futurama?
I've never watched Futurama.
You're fried.
No, never. Bender.
No pun intended.
Bender. Yeah, I like how you did that. Nice. I like how you did that. No, I don't. Like you said, here's my scope of animated television shows: King of the Hill, Family Guy, but I don't even watch it all that much anymore.
I love Family Guy.
Family Guy's great.
South Park.
I never watched South Park.
Oh my god.
Never watched. As far as adult animated comedy, really, for me, it's pretty much King of the Hill and a little bit of Family Guy.
King of the Hill's so dry.
Oh, dude, no way. No way.
So dry.
It's so funny, man.
So dry.
What do you mean? Chuck Mangione, did you watch that year? That season, he lives in the Megalomart. Dale Gribble's worked that whole show, man. The best episode of all of them is when they become volunteer firemen and they burn down the firehouse.
See,
That's good. Boomhauer. Oh, King of the Hill's great. King of the Hill's great. All right, so you got right. 1999, Futurama. Next up, final one. This day, 1963. This was an Alfred Hitchcock, very famous film, obviously, because he made it, that gave people an irrational fear of a certain animal.
Birds?
That is correct. Birds.
Wow.
Did you just pull that out? Did you even know there was a movie called The Birds?
I think in my mind there was a reason I knew
1963. Was it San Francisco? All of it, man. They're just. Could you imagine? I know people talk about a conspiracy. Could you imagine if all the birds just said one day, like, you know what? We're over this crap. They'd take us out so fast. Hawks.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Bald eagles. Done. Done and
Vultures.
done. Put that on that Reddit page that we were on earlier on who would win. The totality of man versus the totality of birds. But we have guns and things that we'd be able to take them out by. Then would not be good. All right, Ryan, you know what is good? Our bracket of the week. Let's get to it. All right, we're to the finals of the best bar in Cleveland, downtown West 25th in Tremont. I think a pretty good representation of our Final Four, Ryan.
Already Flannery's, Clevelander,
Yep,
Barley House,
good.
Gross, and Thirsty Parrot.
I would probably go.
I'll go Flannery's.
I might go Clevelander.
I don't know.
It's the one I think I've spent the most time at.
I think I've been
Clevelander.
there.
Clevelander. Oh, it's a great bar. Great bar. They're a lot of you talk about Thirsty Parrot and Clevelander. They're like back to back to one another over there, getting ready for the season. I know they're excited for the Guardians, and I am too. Our boost, typical. Let's go. Come on now. 3 legs here for tonight for the Guardians. 10 o'clock first pitch. First off, Shane Bieber. We're going to need, I'm thinking that's the lock of all. I really think the Guardians are going to win by a run and a half, which is one part. Over 6.5 strikeouts for Bieber. I love that one. And we just need Josh Naylor to get a hit.
Nervous about the 1.5.
Ryan wanted to go home run. I thought, are you just going to place a separate bet on a home run then?
Yeah.
All right,
the
do
odds
that.
would have been like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we would have gotten we're already boosted up pretty good. What do we got here?
Plus 400.
There you go. All right, so sign up with Tipico. Use that code Fontana100 when you sign up. Deposit and bet $25, and you get $100 in bonus bets on whatever you want. You can bet that $25 on whatever you want to, and you get your $100 in bonus bets to use on baseball, NCAA tournament today. So much to get to with our friends at Tipico, so get signed up today. I love that it's back, man. I'm going to ease your worries on that. Like, I know the Guardians usually start really slow. You know, we were talking to Stephen Vogt yesterday, and this kind of became a misnomer about Terry Francona when the Guardians would always start slow. And there was a lot of people that drew comparisons to a lot of these guys grew up playing baseball in either Southern, in Florida and stuff, or they're from, Middle America, or not Middle America.
Central America?
Central America, thank you very much. And it's not even Central America. Like, they're all Venezuela and things like that. Like, Dominican Republic, they're used to playing in 70-degree weather all the time. I always believe that a little bit, but I don't want to say it was on Terry. I'm excited to see if this Guardians team can get off to a little bit of a hotter start. A little fire under their butts. Like, there's questions around them. People think they're going to be bad. You got a new manager. Get out there and play for your manager. Get out there and get off to a little bit of a hot streak here. I don't think people are at Stephen Vogt's, throat on this thinking he's going to, but get out there, get a little swag going. Get a little mo going.
I hope.
I think they're going to win tonight. Of all of the bets that we have there, in that order, I love them. I love the -1.5. Then I love Bieber. Then I love Josh Naylor. I love our boost for tonight. So I'm good to go for that. Exciting day. Enjoy the hell out of it. We still got, 11 hours to go before that.
Man.
So pace yourself. Anybody tailgating for the game? I don't think so. Pace yourself on that. Friday edition tomorrow. We'll wrap up the bracket. We'll get more Cavs, some more things with the Browns to get to. And we're excited for opening day to get started. Best baseball memory of all time. I told you mine. Me going to my first game.
I was at the game in 2017 when they broke the win streak record.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
Jay Bruce hit a walk-off. I was right there.
I was at the game as a media member. My 2 brothers were at the game that Lindor hit that grand slam around the foul pole. Somebody tweeted that they think that was the loudest that stadium's ever been. And I tell you, I think it was. Yeah. Because he curved that. Like, he pulled that thing. And my brothers were standing up there in the boxes. They watched it. That was damn good. Taking my son to his first game last year was a lot of fun. He made it through the whole game.
Real quick, I need to get a jersey. I'm going to get my first Guardians jersey this year,
cool.
I think. I don't know who to get, though. I've never bought a baseball jersey in my life.
I don't own a baseball. I own Guardians.
I've never bought one.
Some people shot it out there. I'm not making some statement about Chief Wahoo or not. It's just one of my favorites. It just is. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. I have Guardians hats. I was going to wear a hat today, but I feel like it screws up the camera. I don't know. I don't actually own a baseball jersey.
Yeah,
I have football jersey. I have basketball
I
jerseys.
Get my first one.
Who are you leaning?
I don't know. I don't want to get Jose. Like
everybody's got that.
I want to get a Chase DeLauder one. I think
you got to go make it. Probably can't. I'm sorry. You probably can.
Maybe
then you'll show up on Zach Meisel's random jersey sightings. You found that is one of the best things that comes back. We get Zach's helmet counter for Jose Ramirez and random baseball. Dude, people have jerseys of guys that played 2 games here, and they're just walking around. I love that from Zach. It's so much fun. Baseball is back. Enjoy the hell out of it tonight. That's going to be it for us back on a Friday edition. For Ryan Tyler,
Monday edition.
Oh, that's right. I knew that was weird. We're off tomorrow. It's Good Friday. Enjoy the hell out of the weekend. Happy Easter if you celebrate. Lent coming to an end. I'm driving to the donut store Sunday morning if they're open. We gave up donuts. We gave up sweets. I haven't had one all week. We drive past it every morning. My son goes, Dad, donuts.
Go to McDonald's. They're starting to sell Krispy Kremes now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd rather get a Shamrock Shake. All right, that's it for us. Save that for Tuesday. Shamrock Shake. Thumbs up or down. We'll do that on Tuesday. That's it for us. Right. No show tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.